Good morning. It's December the 12th, 2017. Time to kick off another trading day. Tomorrow's FOMC announcement will hang over the market and will impact trading in the euro, treasuries, and gold, and probably the Emini. Crude will be our best shot for an unfettered market today. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, the FOMC meeting starts. They're looking for interest rates to go up 25 basis points tomorrow. They'll be looking for guidance on QE, which has started. And they've started to shrink the balance sheet, not by a lot, but it has started. And for interest rates 2018. Right now, guidance is showing 3 increases for 2018. If it goes to 4, we should see some renewed selling or new selling kick into the market on that piece of information tomorrow. Small NIFB, Small Business Optimism Index, was looking for 104.4, came in 107.5. Business optimism is strong out there. People are making investments in the future. PPI plus 0.3. Core plus 2. Now, PPI is a precursor, so they pay more attention to PPI than they do to core. So that's the one that leads. Right now, resistance starts at 10. You can see it right up here. Last rotate up there in P and Q period. We're headed lower right now, but we have the 30-year auction, and that'll put a floor. They can't sell or move the paper without in a down market. The 3-year was a strong auction. The 10-year was a weak auction. And the 30-year should be mediocre to better. It won't be as strong as the 3-year. And that's how they manipulate the market. So I'd look for us to go a little bit lower but not break. So we're trying to buy the 1 to 5 area. And 25 to 29. On the sell side, 10 to 14, sell 1. And I think it comes early in the session. I think the short comes first. And then 15 to 19, sell 2. So pretty tight on the sell side. See where New England lost. Viewership on Sunday Night Football was 30% lower than it was a year ago. The NFL, they just gave this guy a $200 million 5-year contract with all sorts of perks. Just like in the military, screw up and move up. So the people are voting with their feet with dollars, and it shows. So I think sports, salaries and the rest of it, based on what's happening to the losses being suffered, will be readjusting their contracts with the NBA, the NFL, and everybody else, and that the protesters blew off not only their feet but those surrounding them. So we'll see how that plays out over the next 3 to 5 years. The bond is selling. This is the 30-year, and you can see we've rejected prices below 21. So 20 to 24 is number 1. Put a question mark here at 25. Like to buy 13s to 17s. Pick up this area, may have to pay up. And then 5 to 9 for buy 2. Anyway, New England lost last night, and they're all in a huff because Belichick would not talk to the press. Belichick's not the world's best PR guy with the press. The buck to 04 is number 1. Sell 7 to 11. Sell 1. 15 to 19. Sell 2. But gosh, the pictures of the empty stands and tickets going for $5 to $10 pretty much everywhere. Even Kansas City, who love their team, fans are not showing up. I don't miss it. Product's not very good. The games are pretty bad too when you get right down to it. Okay, looking at gold. We're lower. We're headed lower. I don't know if we can break it today because of tomorrow's FOMC. So 40, 42, a little bit lower. It stops beneath here. Buy 1. Pretty much where we were last night, 35, 37, buy 2. On the sell side, come in a little bit, 46, 48, sell 1. Stops above 50, 50, 52, sell 2. We're down into the 50s today, big cool down. We'll be back in the 60s in a couple of days. So I understand there's another big storm going to slam into the northeast. Global warming. I don't know about you guys, but global warming's, I'm fine with it. I do like cold weather, but pretty nice in December to be sitting on the deck when it's 65 degrees too. Okay, the euro's likely to be put on hold too until the Fed speaks. It is impacted by interest rates in the United States. Interest rates in the United States being raised tomorrow should take the euro down a little bit more. So we have a B overnight. We had some selling that started up here basically at 118 even. So looks like 85 to 95, sell 1. 118.10 to 20, sell 2. On the buy side, 50 to 60, buy 1. And then 25 to 35, buy 2. And today we'll see if the national press can sway the election. The national press and the Republicans. Senator Shelby came out and said he wasn't going to vote for more under any circumstances, and there's a write-in deal, so we'll see how she goes. That'll be the topic of most of the talk shows today. Can this alleged I'm not even calling him a pedophile now, get elected or not. Keep the chattering heads busy all day and through the evening. They've got their news format done for them. Fortunately, I don't have to listen to those by a matter of choice. Okay, crude is up. We had that pipeline crack in the North 40s pipeline in Scotland. Brent hit 65 tonight. Took WTI up with it. West Texas Intermediate. There was an explosion at a natural gas hub in Austria, which has curtailed shipments. It is December, cold weather. So both natural gas and crude oil are higher. But the pipeline break in Scotland has taken Brent higher, and Brent has pulled West Texas Intermediate with it. So quite often, as is the case, the high will be set in the overnight. You have to ask yourself, well, what does the pipeline break in Scotland have to do with the supply of WTI? And probably nothing, but it will raise the price. So can we go a little bit higher? So my guess is we have a pretty good chance that we're close to the low already being in. So 50 to 75, sell 1. 59 even, 59 and a quarter, sell 2. On the buy side, 58 even, 58 and a quarter, buy 1. And 57, 50, 57, 75 by 2. We have a news story out there, and it is surprise news. A pipeline in Scotland was broken. Traders see that, and what's the first thing they do? They buy it. Then they figure out if they want it or not. Price of Brent goes up. It's definitely affected. Price of Brent pulls WTI up. But have we really affected the supply of WTI? And we probably haven't. So somebody will be looking for a place to at least take profits today. Okay, the E-mini, the tendency for the E-mini is to rally the day before and the day of the FOMC announcement. I believe that'll be the case today. We have contract highs right here. So 68 to 70 is R1. Stops above 70. So that's where resistance is. 69, 71. Can be sellers there for sell 1, then 74, 76, play for stops above 75, sell 2. The Dow's at 24, I think 450, so 25,000 before year's end for the Dow. That's very doable, and 2,700 for the E-mini. Nice round numbers to finish the year out. So we have a pretty good chance of hitting either of those two numbers before the year is over. Okay, support starts at 64. So we had a 65, 63 buy. Can't get through 70. Want to get out. And then 59, 61 buy 2. Usually pretty quiet trading pre-FOMC. And on the day of the FOMC and indexes. So I'm not looking for much opportunity in the E-mini today. I do like the long side. I think if the selling comes, it comes early. And it'll be rejection of 2670 that probably sets that up. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy on that. Back with you as soon as possible.